lack of crosswalks or sidewalks makes it more dangerous to get to a bus stop. Now, in an interview with Scott Friedman, the transit agency's CEO says her team is tackling more of those locations, including one spot on a road where pedestrians are dying at an alarming rate.
Our video has shown people dodging traffic on Loop 12 in southern Dallas, many crossing near a DART bus stop, where people risk dangerous crossings instead of walking a longer distance to find a crosswalk up the street. Last year alone, 5 pedestrians were struck and killed on this stretch of Loop 12 near Bonneview Road, including Betty Sue Fleming, who died in November.
People are dying trying to get to your bus stop.
Fleming's brother Arthur questions why DART doesn't move more bus stops on Loop 12 closer to crosswalks.
They just put bus stops in places that's convenient for them and not convenient for the people that's actually riding the bus. We have to, we're gonna have to come and talk to them also and see what are you doing?
We took that question to DART's CEO, Nadine Lee.
What has your staff done to address those spots?
So our staff has actually gone out along Loop 12 to look at all the locations where our bus stops are and done an assessment to see what kinds of improvements could be made.
Lee says her staff is looking not only at Loop 12, but other roads where our reporting has shown challenges getting safely to the bus stop, like this location on East Northwest Highway.
Where do you cross?
A stop that's nothing but a pole surrounded by grass, no sidewalks, no place to cross safely from the apartments on the other side of the 6-lane road.
There's no crosswalk to get across the street, and there's traffic flying by.
We reported neighborhood concerns about that location and others like it, including bus stops on Ferguson Road, with no sidewalks or crosswalks either. DART cannot install crosswalks on these major roads. That's a job for the city or TxDOT. But Lee tells us DART is determined to work with the city and state to change these hard-to-reach stops, which caught her off guard when she arrived in Dallas from Los Angeles in 2021.
Were you surprised to see so many locations like that?
Yes. Without commenting further. No, I mean, absolutely, it was a surprise. I think, again, I'm not certainly casting any blame on anybody, because I think historically we just, as an industry, we haven't considered pedestrians the way we should.
On Forest Lane near Audelia, neighbors complained to us about this stop, across from an apartment building with no crosswalks in sight. I walked to the nearest crosswalk.
I can finally see a crosswalk now.
And discovered it would take almost 25 minutes round trip for an apartment resident to get to and from the bus safely each day. Many people run across the busy 6-lane street instead.
Would you like to see the city turn that into a regular intersection with crosswalks and stoplights?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important for us to constantly evaluate the pedestrian access. And so, if that's something that we need to coordinate with the city on, we can certainly do that.
Lee says her team has consolidated thousands of bus stops citywide, moving some to safer, more convenient locations. And on Loop 12, DART is working with the city and TxDOT, building new sidewalks and safer bus shelters. Lee says she is open to moving the bus stop located near the recent rash of pedestrian deaths. DART says that stop was placed there many years ago because business owners wanted it there instead of closer to the crosswalk up the street. Going forward, Lee says her agency will sharpen its focus on making the trip to the bus safer.
Pedestrians historically have just been largely ignored, and I think we need to really improve that from this point forward.
Scott.